Assalamualaikum again. This is the final loch that we're going to go past before we get to Loch Lomond. This is Loch Achray. This is one that I haven't kayacked on yet. Yeah, there's also got a couple of other. In fact, there's probably another half a dozen lochs in this area, including Loch Katrine as well, which is where a lot of our water supply for Glasgow comes from. For most parts of it. Just to tell you a little bit about West Highland Way, if you haven't already read the sheet that was given out to you, the West Highland Way is actually walked by over 100,000 people every year, and 15,000 people walk the whole route. It's actually Scotland's first ever long distance footpath. I actually thought it was very old, but it was only opened officially. It was started in 1974. To actually connect the routes up, and it was opened in it was actually opened in 1980. Interesting thing about it is it uses a lot of traditional footpaths, coach and military roads to connect it. It's 96 miles in total. Along the way, there's loads of stuff to see. And I've met when I was doing it, I met lots of people who actually travelled from overseas, from different countries to actually do the walk. If you are ever thinking about doing the West Highland Way, one of the things I would suggest to you is to try and do it not necessarily in the summer, because it is really, really busy, and if you want to have really idyllic kind of views all to yourself, you're only really going to get that if you do it in maybe in Easter or maybe in the October week. I did it in the October week, and I think I met about probably 12 people over 6 days on the trek. On this one that we're going to do, inshallah, if we get to the destination in about half an hour, there's a few things that you'll see. You're going to see, obviously, Loch Lomond. The part of Loch Lomond that you're going to see is not going to be what you get when you're driving past it. You're going to be on the east side of Loch Lomond, where there are no roads, so the viewpoints are pretty unique. And there's probably people in Scotland that will live their entire life and probably never venture over onto that side. You're also going to go past, inshallah, if we go in this in the same direction that we have planned. Who's heard of Rob Roy? Anybody heard of Rob Roy? Yeah. Okay, I mean, Rob Roy is apparently he's a Scottish outlaw and folk hero. I read up a bit about him. It wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but I think he actually was part of the Jacobite rebellion, I think back in the 17th or 16th century, and eventually he was pardoned for rising against the king of the English king. And he was given some land, but eventually there was some feuds, etc., and everything was taken away from him, so he ended up becoming a bit like a highwayman kind of bandit and stealing cattle, etc. There's also the Inversnaid waterfall that's going to be quite close to where we're actually going to park the coach, inshallah, when we get there. We have a couple of options in terms of routes, and we'll decide that when we actually get there, look at the train and see what's best for health and safety. Okay. I'm going to pass you on to Rajagma, because she's going to talk a bit about walking techniques and health and safety, and a little bit also about what the opportunities are going to be available for you, and especially lunch, if any of you guys are interested in that.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you, Khaled, for that. As Khaled said, I'm just going to go over some points, just some health and safety points. It'll be advantageous for everybody to actually listen to the guides and make sure you look out for each other. The path that we're going to go on is quite single track, so most likely it will be single file.
Sorry guys, just it's really important you listen to this bit, right? Because obviously being a winter walk, right? And obviously with the weather behind in the week, we don't want anybody to actually injure themselves. So just try and really listen to this part, the next 12 months, etc. Just want to make sure that we all go happy and healthy.
Depending on the route we take from the waterfall and Inversnaid Hotel, there will be slippery rocks, there will be loose rocks. Obviously the snow will cover part of the path as well, so it'll be hard to see which way you're going. There is wild animals along the section as well, especially wild goats. So mindful that you don't disturb them. It's not breeding season, so they should not be that moany, but you never know. There is some amazing views to the left when we get to Inversnaid, overlooking across the Loch Lomond towards mountains across the water. Rob Roy Cave, as Khaled mentioned, is one of the places we may go if we end up going that way. If you do need to rest, you feel uncomfortable or you've injured yourself, there will be a guide with you. Each guide has about 7 to 10 people, and if you let them know that you're struggling or you need a wee break, then you let them know. There is no toilets along the route, so if you do need to go and relieve yourself, you need to go in the coach before you go. We should be back for about 2 o'clock, and we'll be leaving promptly at 3 o'clock. Bugler is around about 4:20, so we want to get back to Glasgow in daylight. Thank you for listening and enjoy the trip.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I can just carry on from Rajat, just a couple other things I wanted to mention, which is when you're walking, it's very important for this particular route that when you're walking, you're looking ahead, always looking ahead where you're going to be putting your next step. Okay. And most importantly, if you do want to stop, or if you want to have a look at any views, make sure you stop. Okay. Do not try and use your phone. Not start looking at the loch and walking at the same time, because your eyes have to be in front of you. Right? I'm not just saying that, and I know we all know how to walk. I'm not trying to make it out to all to be idiots, but this is not your regular walking path. Okay, that's part of the reason why we chose it, because we thought it was really fascinating as a walking route. But it does mean there's going to be loose rocks and roots. There's a section now for about half an hour where there are lots of roots of trees on the path. Hopefully the snow will give you some comfort, but you need to be very observant of where you're putting your foot. Lunch will be provided after probably about 2.5 hours walk, back at the coach over here. And inshallah we are planning to make an open fire. Yeah, we were really looking to actually cook as well on an open fire, but under the circumstances we've got a plan B for lunch, which has already been prepared. And remember, last thing for the guys in the back, it's not a race, right? So just try and support each other and take your time and enjoy it.